Many of you coming online to talk about the big news story from this morning, but before we get there, we have to extend right of reply. Now, yesterday, we had a phone call in Cape Town saying that he's not happy with a particular television ad, the Prudential television ad. And let me just replay the sound from that advert, and you get a context, and then we'll go to Prudential portfolio managers. The CEO, Bernard Fick, is on the line.
There's a TV ad for Prudential Insurance. It's about the race to the South Pole by Adamson, the Norwegian.
Yes.
And Scott, the English guy, and of course Adamson won and Scott starved to death. And it shows lots of huskies pulling Scott's sledges.
Oh.
And the fact is, he didn't use huskies at all. He used ponies that died very quickly, and then they eventually had to manhaul their sledges to the South Pole. And Adamson, by the way, he took lots of excess huskies, so that when the huskies died, he was able to feed the living huskies off the dead huskies.
Really?
Which the English refused to do. Because, and the byline of the ad is that Adamson won because he's prepared to march the same distance every day. So to me, it's a gross distortion of historical fact. And just because of that, it annoys me intensely. So I've even sent an email to Prudential Insurance New York, where the headquarters are, and I haven't had a response. So I'm relying upon you to fly the flag. You know, the British, they play cricket. They don't eat dogs. They don't feed dogs to dogs, but the Norwegians do.
Okay. Well, there we go. That call yesterday, an upset listener with that advert. Bernard Fick, CEO of Prudential Portfolio Managers. Good morning. Welcome to the show, first of all.
Good morning, Will. Thank you for having me.
That call and the contention, is the advert a distortion of true events?
Well, unfortunately not. The caller obviously was quite animated about it and made a few statements that I'm afraid I have to refute.
Yes.
Maybe just a bit of context. When Prudential chose this story, we were looking for an epic story about humans where the concept of consistency played through, and we came across this one with our advertising agency, Lowe, Cape Town. And I must say, we would never submit that consistency was the only issue that featured in the race, but it was definitely a contributing factor that's been widely written about. Specifically, a well-known author, Jim Collins, wrote the book Great by Choice, and then used the race and Amundson's process of consistency as one of the sort of learnings that he wrote about in his book. So that's just a bit of background around the caller's contentions. He took issue with a few things. Firstly, just to say, he emailed Prudential Insurance Company in America. That is unfortunately a completely different company. We have no relationship with Prudential Portfolio Managers in South Africa. It's a very separate company. So if he wants to email us, my team will respond to him within 24 hours. The contact details are on our website.
I will forward the email to you, but from what you've heard on air, refuting very quickly.
The refuting is the issue of dogs. I can say the Scots party, the British party, did use dogs. The accounts vary. One account talks about 34 dogs, and other accounts about 25. But they did indeed use dogs. They also used ponies, as the caller said, and they also used mechanized sleds. They had 3 of those. Dogs were used throughout the process, up to the last phase where a team of 5 men then did the last part of the march on foot. But most definitely dogs were used in the preparation and on the Antarctic. In that
issue of dogs being fed to other dogs?
Well, more than that, the Amundsen party, the Norwegians, they definitely used dogs as a food source, so they slaughtered their dogs on the way back specifically and then used it as food. Unfortunately, I must disappoint the caller. He said that the British would never eat dogs, and in fact they did. The Scott party, in his first party, the Discovery trip, which was a previous trip, ate dogs, and on the actual race to the South Pole, they slaughtered their ponies and ate ponies. Caller, unfortunately, is incorrect in that sentence, and again, he can read. There's a few books on this.
Bernard, what we'll do is we'll send that email to you, and you guys can take up some direct correspondence, yeah?
Yeah, we'd love to.
All right, so there we go. CEO of Prudential Portfolio Managers, Bernard Fick. I needed to give right of reply to Prudential this morning on that issue. 17 minutes after 9, I'll take a breather. Your calls, your open line after the break.
Whether you jump out of bed every morning,
good morning,
or take a while to wake up,
okay, fair enough,
he'll start your day the right way.
Simply will.
Wake up to the latest in news and the trending topics for the day. Early breakfast with David O'Sullivan. Weekdays from 4 to 6 a.m.
Isn't it a fabulous shake-up?
Only on Talk Radio 702. 702.
So you think you know a thing or two about what's happening in the world? Then get to 702.co.za and submit your general knowledge questions for the 2014 Brain of 702. You could win a share of 10,000 Rand and your question could be added to our question.